Let's fight. Welcome in the ring, folks. Whether you're joining us on Twitter, you're joining us on YouTube, you're joining us on Facebook, welcome in the ring. And we're very happy that so many of you can join us. We ask you guys to share the live stream. Share the live stream. Wherever you're picking us up from this evening, we have a program set for you, and I am ready to go. Like you, I'm going to pay the price for admission. I'm going to share the live stream as well. Yep, I'm going to share the live stream as well. And then we're going to come back and we're going to get right to it, folks. We're going to get right to it. For some of you who are viewing the status, you already know which direction we are going to be heading in this evening. And so share the live stream quickly and let's get to it. Quite a bit of information to share with you guys. Quite a bit of information. Quite a bit of information. Again, welcome in the ring. Those of you who are joining us on Twitter, you're joining us on Facebook, you're joining us on YouTube. It is a privilege, as always, to have you guys here with me this evening. Share the live stream wherever you guys are picking us up from, and we're going to get right to it. We're going to get right to it. All right. All right, so I'm finished at my end. I'm holding for you guys. And this evening, we are going to be talking about the Shonette Dover story, which has been making headlines since the 3rd day of April. And that is our flashback for this evening. As you know by now, on Fridays, we focus on things that have transpired in the past and try to give greater context to it. And the Shonette Dover story is one of the stories we had covered when we did a previous program that was themed Missing in Guyana. And she was one of the persons who we had featured as someone who is missing. And this evening, we want to tell you about some information that we have. And so we're going to hold for you guys to share the live stream. We're going to hold until we get to the number we're comfortable with, and then we're going to share the information. So again, thanks for joining us. Whether you guys are joining us on Twitter, you're joining us on Facebook, you're joining us on YouTube, thank you for joining us. This is Flashback Friday, and we are looking back to our coverage of the Shonette Dover story when we did our Missing in Guyana program. We had featured her as well as some other young folks who are missing. And unfortunately, we are coming on with very sad news this evening, as you might know by now. And so that is this is our Flashback Friday program for this Friday. Again, focusing on the story of Shonette Dover, who went missing on the April 3rd. So we invite you guys to share the live stream. I was trying during the course of the day to get in contact with some of our family members. That didn't prove very successful at all, because I wanted to hear from them directly as to the kind of person that Shonette was. But from what we can pick up on social media, Shonette was a person who was now beginning to live her life. And tragically, that life was taken from her. Again, we're just holding until enough of you would have shared the live stream. We want as many persons to benefit from the information. And it's good to see so many of you who are already joining us tonight, whether it's Gloria Fraser, it's Myrtle Hines, it's Savita Richards, it's Karen Clark or Gloria Bowery, Siobhan McDonald, Marilyn King, Joyce Nelson Brown, all of you guys who join us night after night. Again, we are tremendously humbled and heartened because you guys keep coming back all of the time, which helps to make this program exactly what it is. So we thank you guys for sharing this evening, and we want to get right to it, folks. Again, it's good to see all of you here this Friday evening. It is Friday, the 30th day of April. Welcome in the ring, folks. Those of you joining us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, across social media, at home here in Guyana, in the diaspora, internationally. This evening, we focus on the Shonette Dover story. We focus on her life, her disappearance, and her death. Ladies and gentlemen, 20-year-old Shonette Dover was somebody's daughter, somebody's sister, somebody's friend. She was the girl next door. There are people who loved her and who cared about her life. Tonight, as we mourn her loss, we send our thoughts and prayers to her family and her loved ones. And as the community of Linden and the country comes to terms with what has happened and tries to make sense of what exactly transpired, we reflect on her life, her disappearance, and her death. Folks, this is what we know at this hour. Shonette went missing on April 3rd. Today is the 30th, 27 days ago. And this morning, her body was discovered in her boyfriend's yard in a shallow grave. His name is Shaquan Allen. And from the information we have, he is 19 years old. He is 19 years old. Shonette is 20. The police have confirmed that Shonette was a bartender and lived in Canvas City, Wismar, Linden. And as I said, her body in a state of decomposition was found in a shallow grave this morning in her boyfriend's yard. Police were alerted to the body being there by Shonette's 15-year-old sister, who apparently stayed with Shonette and her boyfriend from time to time. And that discovery was made about 3:50 this morning. About 3:50 this morning. And again, her body was in a partial decomposed state, according to the reports that we have. The police has thus far taken her sibling, the sister, her boyfriend's father, Shaquan's father, taken the sister and the father into custody. And they are currently on the hunt for Shaquan, who also goes by the name Izwi. And I want to show you some of what transpired this morning in Linden as that discovery was made.
Very good. Good morning, everyone. We're here in Canvas City, Linden.
Passing this blackie, going where we want to come over here. Stop by this blackie, stop no way. Carry me to somebody, go get no go. Stop. Ah, he pass with me. He can treat the hard, he bring out the dog, and passing me. Say, let me turn so. Let me say, when we say we gone, let me go so, let me go so. This is this one go to the and bring today. Sleep on it. I understand.
Oh, jeez. Hmm? No, because it's the crime scene. And this is the father of Shonette. Who feels it knows it. The family of Shonette is here. This is the grandmother here, aunt. Oh my.
They must see them by the hospital.
Yeah.
But then tell me, this one I wait for the phone ring.
Mm.
Telling me, they get up to one granddad today, but when you go see me, you should dead. Whenever you go, she dead.
Hmm. Jesus.
Who's this? Oh my God. Mr. Drake, this problem.
Hello?
Right there.
The man want to go back. Good morning, everybody. We have an active crime scene going on here. Right? There's nothing to see here right now. Right? Y'all are very late. Right? Very late. So this is where y'all stand here to see anything. Right? But it's an active crime scene. The best thing you can do is just go to your homes because you don't want to trample around the recording. You ask my permission, sir, to record me.
Continue.
You could do is go to your homes because there's nothing to see. You're late, very late.
Yeah, body done this.
Very late.
Your body already left now.
So you can leave to go to your homes. Thank you. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Where you going over? Where you going
Okay, so the body has already been moved here since earlier this morning. You guys can look out for a press release from the Guyana Police Force. They're gonna give you guys some more updates and so. All right. So the body's been moved since earlier. The family would have to identify the body, and then from there, that's it. All right. So we're here in Canby City, Linden. So that's about it, guys. Yeah. Anytime around 12 o'clock time though, by 12, we're gonna have some more updates. About 12 o'clock time. That's about it.
And there you have it, folks. There you have it. That was Mr. Lester Glenn. That was Mr. Lester Glenn there, bringing us this video, talking with the grandmother, and bringing us some of the reactions from the members of the Linden community there, as well as a police rank who was issuing some instructions to those who were gathered there. Again, that video was compliments of Mr. Lester Glenn, who again spoke with the grandmother of Shonette Dover, as well as gave us some reactions from the crowd there in Linden who had gathered to see what was transpiring in the yard of Mr. Shaquan Allen, where the body of Shonette Dover was discovered this morning at about 3:50 hours. And we are going to keep you updated as we get more information. We also learned, ladies and gentlemen, that the Region 10 Divisional Commander, Superintendent Hugh Winter, said that the body of Miss Dover, who was reported missing on April 3rd, was removed somewhere about perhaps 4 o'clock from 4 a.m. from where it was there in Kansas City, Linden. Mr. Winter also said that the boyfriend was not there at that time at his premises at the time of the discovery. And Mr. Winter also said that records show that Miss Dover's boyfriend, rather, that they did not have any disputes in the past. This is according to some reporting, a combination of reporting out of Julia Johnson of Prime News, Demoara Waves, and Guyana Daily News. Again, the superintendent there, Region 10 Divisional Commander, Superintendent Hugh Winter, says that based on records that they have, they do not have any records showing that Miss Dover and her boyfriend, Mr. Allen, would have had any disputes in the past, and that is what is being reported. But again, we're going to get to lots of the interesting bits of information that we have currently, and that gives us a clearer picture of what would have transpired there. Mr. Allen, Shaquan Allen, who goes by the Facebook name or the name Izwi, he is a barber. We said earlier on that Ms. Dover was a bartender there in Linden. Shaquan is a barber from the information that we have. And again, he has not been arrested, but we understand that an arrest warrant has been issued for him, understandably so. An arrest warrant has been issued for him, and we're going to have some more details as to how the police suggest that the events unfolded there, in which Miss Dover, Shonette Dover, unfortunately, met her demise. And so we're going to have a bit more of that for you. But some other bit of interesting information that we want to share with you is the timeline of events from what we saw, or from what we can discern from the Facebook post of Shaquan Allen, also called Iswi, as we have said. And give me an opportunity to get that together for you. Quite a bit of interesting information when we take a look at it, and we want to bring some of that for you. So bear with me for a second. Let me make sure that we have it queued up correctly at our end, and then we're going to have that for you. Quite a bit of interesting information. And we're going to walk through it to get a better sense, as I said, of what transpired and what led us to where we are currently. All right, and I think we have that information now, and so I wanna bring it to you as we have it. Quite a bit of interesting information when we look at Mr. Shaquan Allen's Facebook posts or postings. For instance, we know that on April 3rd, this is early this month, 27 days ago, Shonette Dover went missing. On the 6th day of April, we saw Iswi Boss, his Facebook name. Shaquan Allen made a post on Facebook. As a matter of fact, he reshared some information that was previously shared by someone. But the context of the information is pretty interesting because it reads, for instance, be careful out there. You can't be too cautious, especially young women. Please be aware of people asking for you to help. And the information goes on. So we know that on April 6th, Iswi Shaquan Allen shared this information on his Facebook page. Shonette is now missing 3 days. On April 6th again, he reshares another post on social media. Right? This one now having some spiritual connotations. Part of which reads, I plead the blood of Jesus over Guyana. This is Shaquan Allen on his Facebook page, resharing some information. This is April 6th. Shonette Dover is now missing 3 days. Again on April 6th, we see another post on his Facebook page, this time of a personal nature. Mr. Shaquan Allen says in a post, she left the house this afternoon to go to work on Saturday the 3rd, but she never arrived at work. She was last seen by her big brother on Mackenzie Shore that said day with a female. The brother says he doesn't know the female. He said Shonette asked him for some money and he gave her $2,000. And that was the last time she was seen. The post goes on to read, anybody with information, I'm begging you, please come forward. I am willing to pay any amount just to know she is fine. If you're out there, just make contact with us and let us know you are fine. We are worrying sick. This is on the 6th day of April. Shaquan Allen, is we boss, post this on Facebook. It goes on from there. On April 6th, again, he makes another post about another missing girl, part of which reads, me girl first, now somebody else. Me girl first, now somebody else. On April 7th, he reshares a news article about another missing girl. He reshares a news article on Facebook about another missing girl. His text reads, WTF, WTF boy, SMH, shaking my head. You know what WTF means. Shaking my head. And this is after resharing another news article of another missing girl. April 11th, Shaquan Allen makes another post on Facebook about another missing girl. This time, all he adds as his comment is, This is April 11th. Miss Dover is missing since April 3rd. April 13th, Shaquan Allen, is we boss, makes another post on social media. Another post about personal anguish, his personal anguish to the world. His text reads, 11 days now. Shaquan Allen, is we boss. His text reads, 11 days now. April 21st, he makes a post about a church service in which the family would have visited a church in Linden to seek guidance from the Almighty in locating their daughter. And he reshares this post about the church service. I want to show you part of what took place in that church service.
I'm gonna play some radical prayer.
Family,
I'm gonna play some terrible prayer.
family.
Linda Bashaka Baby and the Bada Kushi Baby. Sira Barakato Rumene and the Bahasha the Baby. Yaha. I want the church listening to this God. Arena Mandaka Bishi Kataka. Come on, come on, come on. If we gotta do some prayer. Because he will not do the hand of God. We got to know results. We get desperate. It's a desperate situation. Come on, somebody. Yeah. God wants to smother your attention. Nobody can do like the Holy Ghost. Somebody's 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 on fire. Somebody's on fire. And I want to say to this family, if you want God to work, don't put your hands in this rock. I want to say something prophetic. God is saying for the very first day, this
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is some of what transpired there at the church. That is some of what transpired there at the church. And as I said, Mr. Allen shared that on his Facebook page on the 21st day of April. That was shared on his Facebook page. 21st day of April. That was shared on his Facebook page. The penultimate post on his Facebook page concerning Miss Dover was this one, April 13th, where he says, 11 days now. 11 days now. As we said to you, that his Facebook name is Iswe Boss. That is his Facebook page. That is his Facebook page and his Facebook name. During this time, we are made to understand that he was part of a search party that went looking for Miss Dover. He was part of a search party that went looking for Miss Dover. And I want to bring you some comments that he would have shared on video about her disappearance. I want to bring you that. Some comments that were shared on video about her disappearance by Mr. Shaquan Allen himself during the time when they were looking for her.
First person to be, be accused, I would call it. So you're here today. Well, introduce yourself and
Yeah, good day.
go ahead.
Shaquan. Well, it was on the 3rd April. We was at home. Everything was all right. Me and our sister, cause she came over by us to spend some time and what's not.
That audio issue is the video and not ours.
House.
Bear with us.
I went by Kieran. Me name was Gaffey, and I show you how to use the clutch. He started using the clutch, what's not. But from Kieran, I went over to my family. I played some video games with my younger cousin. I eat, and then I say, took my condition. I say it's time for go down home back now and bathe and what's not. So I go home. I meet home. Soon as I walk in, I asked for Shonette. Her sister was dressing, and her sister said that she left and gone for work already. So I said, all right, cool. No problem. Put on my clothes, and I'm gonna drop you up. And just what I do, I bathe, put on my clothes, and I drop you by your other sister. And from there, I went on a party the night and came home back, realized that Shonette is not home, what's not. So I tried calling her phone. Hand so we could move forward with this and at least find her.
There we have it, folks. That was that. Yeah. There we have it, folks. That was Mr. Shaquan Allen himself, in whose yard Shonette Dover's body was found this morning at about 3:50 hours in a shallow grave. What do we know as of this hour? We know that on the night, according to the police, the victim went missing. On the night the victim went missing, her boyfriend, Mr. Shaquan Allen, was oiling his brownish gun in their living room. Secondly, he then pointed that gun at the victim, who told him he likes to play and he should put away that thing. Thirdly, we know her sister says that she then heard a sound like a squib. And he, Shaquan Allen, said, "Oh, shoots, I shoot that girl." Fourthly, we know she then saw Shonette's mouth open. This is her sister saw her mouth open and blood on her face. And she said to Shaquan, "Let's take her to the hospital." And he said, "No, she's dead already." This is according to the police. Fifthly, he then accompanied the sister to his father and told him what he did. And the father told him, "Don't tell me stupidness. Why are you playing with that gun? Why are you playing with the gun?" Sixth, they subsequently left and collected a spade from a man and dug a hole aback the house where the victim was buried. The suspect then hid the gun. Again, this is information coming out of the police. Seventh, in the wee hours of today, on the sisters' directions, ranks went into action and dug up the area about 4 feet down, during which they stumbled upon the body of a female, partly decomposed. Eighth, due to the decomposed state of the body, it was difficult to see any marks of violence on the most exposed parts of the body. Ninth, according to the police, the body was escorted to the Linden Hospital complex and pronounced dead on arrival at 3:50 hours and is now at the pensioners' mortuary, where it is being stored awaiting post-mortem examination. 10th, the 15-year-old was placed in custody pending investigations. and 11th, the father of the suspect was arrested and placed in custody pending investigations. And that is information we have for you at this hour. Folks, I would love to hear your thoughts. 627 6963. WhatsApp, yes, and I'm going to send you the link so that you can join the discussion. 627 6963. During the course of the day, I tried my best to reach out to her family. I tried my best, but I couldn't get hold of them. And so my apologies there. I really wanted to hear from the family. Simply text yes to 627 6963. I want to hear your thoughts because there are so many theories out there concerning the police and this boyfriend. So many thoughts out there. I want to hear from you. And if the family is watching and they want to comment, again, just text yes to 627 6963. And I'm going to share the link with you because I want to hear how you guys are thinking based on the information that you have at hand. 627 6963. Again, for those of you who are now joining us, we are looking at the Shonette Dover story, her life, her disappearance, and her death, and all the information that we have at this hour. So, anyone who wants to be part of the discussion, I am going to share the link with you for you to come on and make your contribution. 627 6963. And I already have a few folks who are joining. 627 6963. And I'm going to share the link with you guys. Again, our thoughts and prayers are with her family and her loved ones. Nobody deserves to die in this manner. No one. 627 6963. 627 6963. And a few folks have already asked for the link, and I'm sharing it with them. Simply WhatsApp yes to 627 6963, and I'm going to share that link with you. And I'm eager to hear some of your thoughts on what you have heard and what you know. Since April 3rd, Shonette Dover has been missing. Today is the 30th day of April. 27 days later, her body has been discovered in a shallow grave in her boyfriend's backyard. And quite a few folks somebody's saying that they think that the sister should have told the mother what transpired. Yep, that is our feeling as well. And one, I hear people asking all the time, why didn't the police search the premises of the boyfriend before? Why didn't the police search the premises of the boyfriend before? That is another, concern. But again, they're going to have to give an account for that. I'm holding for you guys. Folks, I'm not in a position to speak with you via phone right now, so please don't call. Please don't call. And quite a few folks are asking to be let in, and I'm trying to do exactly that. Trying to do exactly that. So I want to hear from you guys. Let's try to be as succinct as possible, and then we go forward. Waiting to hear from you. All right. There we go. So again, folks, so those of you who are now joining us, we are looking at the life, disappearance, and death of this young lady. Young lady has not started to live as yet. Has not started to live as yet. And even as we come on air, we're following the disappearance of another young woman who we're going to tell you about towards the end of the program. Who we're going to tell you about towards the end of the program. But quite a few folks have asked for to be on with us to share the concern, and I hope that they come on. I hope that they come on. We're going to show you again some of what transpired this morning. And this reporting was done by Mr. Glenn. Want to get the name right?
Pass with me. You can treat the hard pass. Let me turn it. Sleep.
Yeah, black people. Good move, black girl. Good move, black girl. Oh,
Some people want to know why the sister didn't report the matter to the police. Questions being asked:
this is
why
the
the sister
father,
didn't report the matter to the
Shonette.
police?
Who feels it knows it. The family of Shonette is here. This is the grandmother here, aunt. Oh my. Yeah.
Telling you. They get them kill my granddad. They go see me, she dead. Whenever they go, she dead.
Folks, the number is 627-6963. WhatsApp yes, and I'm going to send you the link to come online.
Good morning, everybody. We have an active crime scene going on here. Right? There's nothing to see here right now. Right? Y'all are very late. Right? Very late. So this is where y'all stand here to see anything. Right? But it's an active crime scene. The best thing you can do is just the best thing you could do is go to your homes because there's nothing to see. You're late, very late.
Yeah, body done this.
Very late.
Your body already left now.
So you can need to go to your homes. Thank you. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's just interesting to me that the police did not search the yard, and folks are asking why the police did not search the yard. That is one of the questions that we're getting. Why didn't the Guyana police force search the yard? And I don't want to cast aspersions. I want to hear some of your thoughts. Quite a few persons have asked for the link. I don't know if they're getting any trouble coming on, but I'm holding for them to hear your thoughts, and I want to see what comes out of this investigation as this case unfolds. And so somebody asking me why didn't the sister, for instance, report the matter to the police station? Well, she's 15 years old, so why didn't the sister report the matter to the police station? That is an open question. Let me get some other comments here. Somebody says that the sister was probably told to keep her mouth shut. Also, I think she was threatened. Somebody has commented. The sister probably told to keep her mouth shut, and she was probably threatened. Interesting, very interesting comments. Yep, I'm still holding there, and I wanna play back what the boyfriend would have said when he was interviewed during the course of Shonette being missing. Very interesting comments. Very interesting comments. I want to play back some of that for you.
Be accused, I would call it. So you're here today.
So I said, give me a few. I'm coming up there and I'm coming and bring the clutch for you. Anyhow, I left the house. I went by Kieran. My name was Gaffy, and I show you how to use the clutch. He started using the clutch, what's not. Got from Kieran, I went over to my family. I played some video games with my younger cousin. I eat, and then I say, look my condition. I say it's time for go down home back now and bathe and what's not. So I go home. I meet home soon as I walk in. I asked for Shonette. Your sister was dressing, and your sister said that she left and gone for work already. So I said, all right, cool, no problem. And I asked the sister if you're staying or you're going somewhere or something. She said she's going by the other sister. So I said, all right, wait on me. I'm going to bathe, put on my clothes, and I'm going to drop you up. And just what I do, I bathe, put on my clothes, and I drop you by the other sister. And from there, I went on a party the night and came home back, realized that Shonette is not home, what's not. So I tried calling her phone, voicemail, messaging, 1 star. So I went by the mother, because anytime she go anywhere, she sleep out and everything. She's likely to go by she mother and sleep. She don't go nowhere else. I went by the mother said she didn't see Shonette. So right away, they start bringing questions to me. So I start calling the friends, I call your father, I call your brother, the rest of cousins, everybody. And nobody know where Shonette is. So we just asking the public, everybody could come out and lend a hand so we could move forward with this and at least find her.
Yes, folks, what is striking to me here is how cold Mr. Allen is. remember that Shonette was killed sometime during that day, the 3rd. He says he went and partied. He went and partied, and then he come home back. Then he come home back. Somebody wants to know, why didn't the police arrest the boyfriend as a person of interest and question him? I think that was done. They're asking, why didn't the police arrest the boyfriend as a person of interest and question him? I think that was done. If the literature that we went through to get this information is anything to go by, I think that was done. I think the boyfriend was questioned by the police. And I think he did say that as part of the exchange there, that he was questioned. Very, very interesting, folks. Very, very, I find it most interesting that that yard was not looked at initially. That is the part I find very, very interesting and worrying, that yard wasn't looked at initially. All right. Somebody wants to know if the two sisters have the same parents or are they half sisters. I don't know that. I don't know that. They want to know the two sisters have parents or are they half sisters. That's what they want to know. That's what they want to do. Right? I'm going to continue to give you some information. Just bear with me for a second. But, you know, it's just very, very interesting how this story has captivated all of us. Again, Shonette could be any one of our sisters, any one of our the neighbor next door, any one of our friends. And so I'm going to walk back through some of the information for those persons who might be just joining us, what we know at this time. I'm going to walk back through some of that for you. I'm going to walk back through some of that for you as we wrap up the program. As we wrap up the program. So what we know here is that on the night the victim went missing, according to the police, on the night the victim went missing, her boyfriend was oiling his brownish gun in their living room. Was oiling his brownish gun in their living room. Secondly, he then pointed that gun at the victim, who told him he liked to play and he should put away that thing. He likes to play and he should put away that thing. Thirdly, the sister says she then heard a sound like a squib. And he, Shaquan Allen, said, "Oh, shoots, I shoot that girl." Fourthly, she then saw Shonette's mouth open, the sister, and on her face, and blood on her face, rather. And she said to Shaquan, "Let's take her to the hospital." And he said, "No, she's dead already." Fifthly, he then accompanied her, rather. He then accompanied the sister to his father and told him what he did. And his father told him, "Don't tell me stupidness. Why are you playing with the gun?" Seventh, in the wee hours of today, on the sister's direction, the 15-year-old sister, ranks went into action. They dug up the area about 4 feet down, during which they stumbled upon the body of a female, according to the police report, partly decomposed. Due to the decomposed state of the body, it was difficult to see any marks of violence on the most exposed parts of the bodies. It was escorted to the Linden Hospital complex and pronounced dead on arrival at 3:50 hours and is now at the pensioners' mortuary, where it is being stored awaiting post post-mortem examination. The 15-year-old was placed in custody pending investigation, and the father of the suspect was arrested and placed in custody pending investigations as well. And we also learned of some of the situation in which the sister would have given information. I think that is critical for you to understand. One of the reports say that investigators contacted Miss Dover's 15-year-old sister, Shonette Dover's 15-year-old sister, Thursday night at about 11:35 hours and about 1 a.m. on Friday. Detectives, in the presence of a child care and probation officer at Wisma Police Station, Criminal Investigation Department, interviewed her on video. And it's out of this she would have led them to the body in the shallow grave in the boyfriend's yard. And so as we began, we say that 20-year-old Shonette Dover was somebody's daughter, somebody's friend. She was the girl next door. There are people who loved her, who cared about her life. And tonight we mourn her loss. We send our thoughts and prayers to her family and her loved ones. And as the community of Linden and the country come to terms with what has happened and tries to make sense of exactly what transpired, we reflect on her life, her disappearance, and her untimely death. Her untimely death. And folks, as we come on this evening, I told you there is another young lady who has gone missing. And just before we go, because we are running up to program time, I want to let you know of this other young lady who has gone missing. And I hope to God that she is found alive. That's all one can do. Hope and pray. So this other young lady is a 17-year-old student out of Sturgeville Secondary School who has gone missing since April 26th. And her name is Stephanie Doris. Stephanie Doris of Sturgeville Secondary School. And according to the information the police has put out, the 5-foot-tall, medium-built teenager went missing on April 26th. Doris, who is a student of Sturgeville Secondary School, West Coast, Demerara, was last seen wearing an orange-colored 3/4 pants and a white t-shirt with black slippers. Police said that a missing person report was made on April 27, one day after she was last seen. And they're asking that anyone with information, that may lead to the whereabouts of Stephanie Doris. They're asked to contact the police on phone numbers 227-2603, 226-6978, 226-6221, 219-3252, 227-1149, among other numbers. But you have the general sense of the numbers that you can call. And the police state that all information will be treated in the strictest confidence, the police said. Bear in mind that Shaquan Allen, also known as Iswi Boss, or Iswi, he is also wanted by the police, and any of those numbers, I'm certain, you can call if you have any information that would lead to his arrest, because the police has issued a wanted bulletin during the course of the day for Shaquan Allen, also known as Iswi. According to the police, he is 19. He was born March 22nd, 2002. Ethnicity, he is African. And his last known address is 55 1 Mile, Wisma Linden. 55 1 Mile, Wisma Linden. And according to the police, he is wanted for murder. He is wanted for murder. Folks, I want to thank you for joining us this evening. for this flashback, as we had talked about Shonette Dover in that episode we did on missing in Guyana. And so we wanted to follow up on what has happened since then. And today, this story broke. Unfortunately, tragically, Miss Dover was found dead. Thanks for joining us. And we're going to see you guys next week. Thanks for joining. Stay safe.